Welcome back from the rest hold, everybody. We've got three main events to do this episode, so we need to get right into this. Before we get started, though, adding into the call right here, Mike Payton. What's up, Mike?
Hercules, Hercules, Hercules!
Man, you spoiled what the Superstar Scores is going to be.
Oh, I love Hercules Hernandez. Are we going to talk about him?
No, we're going to talk about Eddie Murphy.
Oh, even better.
We will be doing something funny along those lines, I guess you could say, for the one Superstar Scores. But before we get into either one of those editions, we need to talk about the mailbag questions that you guys had sent in. So we've got 5 different questions from 2 different people. First up, from Declan McAree. Pretty sure it's McAree. I don't know. If I get it wrong, sorry, Declan. But question number 1, we've got, what's the weirdest or greatest experience you've had with social media? Like if a famous person followed you or a hot girl messages you. Those whole, didn't think I could talk to a hot girl on here kind of things.
Never before did I think that I could talk to a girl on Facebook.
I get some weird things here and there. One thing that I always find funny is when people think that I'm the WWE itself. Every so often, maybe once a month now. It depends on the popularity of the website at the time. With the Royal Rumble, I was getting a lot more attention than I would be in, like, say, Night of Champions mode or something. But I'll frequently get these messages from people that'll say, like, hey, can you get me a job in WWE? And I'm like, well, I don't have one in WWE, so no, fuck you.
Can we get on that conference call?
Yeah. We've also gotten, I got somebody one time, I don't remember their name, and it's probably good that I don't remember their name and call them out on it, but somebody had messaged me once, and they said that this big long story about there's 10 people that live in their house, and one of them's got like a fucked up leg, and $10 a month is too much to spend for the network, so what kind of a deal can I give them, and whatever. And I'm like, I don't have the network. I can't give you a fucking coupon for it. A fucking Smark Out Moment. But tickets for live events and stuff, people ask about that. But some of the other things that I have thought were kind of cool or kind of funny or kind of weird or whatever, it's always cool when a celebrity retweets you or something. There was a lot of attention for the original Hottest Divas and Knockouts tournament from Terry Runnels, Mickey James, Jasmine St. Clair, a couple different models. They, were kind of getting into it. One of them in particular was really getting into it and complained about the picture that I had up for her. But all in good fun. One weird thing, though, that I can mention is somebody had sent me a message once on Form Spring, and they asked me if I would rather be killed up close or from far away. And I kind of saved that guy's information just in case because he was creepy as fuck. But thankfully, I haven't had many bad experiences with social media. And the best things that I get are the people that just say that they're like fond of this kind of stuff, or if you bump into somebody somewhere and they're like, really supportive or something. I had somebody a couple weeks ago, and I can't remember what the situation was now off the top of my head. Shit. Might have been at the Royal Rumble, might not have been. But somebody, when I brought up the whole Bleacher Report thing, they were mentioning how they read a couple articles and something, and then they brought up one of the articles that I had written as something that they had read recently. That's kind of cool. So, no like really, really odd situations, but lots of fun. What do you guys have with social media? Any like really odd things that have happened that you've been a part of all this?
I made Fat Dust block me.
That's true.
No pride in that, dude. Like,
blocks everyone I know, but
the list that of his people that are blocked by him is like that list when Jericho was running off his moves, just like runs down through like down the aisle.
He knows how to block an armbar.
Yeah.
That's how much of a good blocker he is. I don't have any funny stories. I'm good at pissing people off online. It's about it.
I got a kind of cool story that's like cool.
Kind of cool, Drew.
Anyways, I've told you guys this, but back in June, no, July, my bad. It was in July. I went to Cedar Point. I had a 21 Pilots shirt on. If you haven't seen 21 Pilots, I've heard of them. Very good band. I'd check them out. I'm telling you to. But anyways, I saw a girl with the same T-shirt on, so I went and got a picture of her. but I didn't like get any information from her. So I was like, oh man, she was kind of cute. So the next day I was on Twitter looking at like just wallpapers, fan art, and I saw her post something about the fact that she got her picture taken with someone, and that I ran back because I originally passed her. So I ran past her. I ran back to get the picture because she was cute, and then I was like, "So as I go, is this you?"
Respect.
And then yeah, I was like, "Is this you?" She's like, "Yeah." So we've kept in contact since then, and she's a good friend of mine. So yeah, it's kind of a cool story. I guess.
Does your girlfriend know about this girl?
Yeah, I told her about her, but no. I told her about her, and she's like, "Where's she from?" She's like, "She lives in Ohio." I was like, she's like, "Oh, no threat." I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's
I
what
was
you
like,
think.
so
Just put her guard down.
so yeah, I thought that was a kind of cool story to tell.
She actually lives in Ohio Street, right down the road.
We do have an Ohio Street down the road from where I live.
Holy shit. There you go.
Oh,
Apparently I live there too. Peyton, any funny or weird or awesome experiences from social media?
I couldn't really think of anything specific. I mean, if you're asking just talking about like people that have followed me or retweeted me, something like that, I mean, yeah, all types of people. I know Fanboys Anonymous is followed by Michael Jai White.
Yeah, that's true.
Of all the random people, and then we saw him on that cruise ship
Exactly.
when we at New York Comic Con. So that was kind of like, oh, small world. Hey, I almost wanted to go out there like, hey,
Twitter
you follow
buddies.
us. Yeah, we're Twitter friends, right? You want to share a drink? That's cool. Yeah.
You want to buy one for me? Because this is expensive as fuck right here.
From like wrestling posts and Game of Thrones stuff, I've been retweeted by all types of people with that. Perhaps the most popular one I have is my Geeky Girls page, which not a lot of people know I run that page, but I run a page where I just post pictures of hot women, and people retweet that shit all the time, and I get retweeted by those hot women. So there, that knocks out two birds in one stone. I get retweeted by semi-famous people and by hot women.
And some of them are fit birds.
Some of them are very fit birds, like Emily Bett Rickards.
I like that Ricketts.
I mean, we're cheap plug with the Geeky Girls. In fact, right now we're doing a 28 days of Geeky Girls where all of the staff members, it's not just me. I'm not just some weird, creepy guy posting pictures of hot women alone. I have some other hot women who posted pictures with me. We gathered together and we made a top 28 list of who we think is the coolest Geeky Girls. And every day we're posting those pictures and spamming the person's Twitter feeds in hopes that they'll retweet it and think we're cool. So hopefully we can get like Mila Kunis and Emma Watson to retweet us. Help us out with that.
Watson.
Emma Watson.
Question number 2 from Declan. Have any of you guys ever been bullied? And if so, how did you deal with it? I thankfully was never really bullied. You get your balls busted every once in a while and stuff like that, but never like picked on for the most part. I got in one fight in school, and it was from somebody who was a friend of mine at the time and was a friend of mine afterward, and I don't have a clue why that happened, and he doesn't either. So it's like, well, you started punching me. And he's like, I don't know why I did. And I'm like, yeah, all right, well.
So he kicked your ass?
No, it was like a 5-punch kind of a thing. Like, back and forth, couple punches, and it gets broken up. And that's the closest thing that I've ever had of like a fight. But, that wasn't like a getting picked on kind of a thing. I never really was like bullied. There were times where I felt like I was sort of an outcast in a situation, but never actually like bullied. Just maybe the odd man out in a group, or maybe like kind of by myself in a classroom that I don't know anybody, but those aren't really bullying stuff. I joined a couple clubs here and there, and you meet friends through that kind of stuff, and you talk to people and whatever, and for the most part that kind of solves the issue. But what about you guys? Were you ever bullied? And if you did get bullied, what'd you do?
I got bullied in high school a lot, and I did nothing about it because I was tiny, skinny, long hair, so I was an outcast because of that. So it was just natural. I was an easy target. And then when I got older, I just didn't tolerate it anymore. I had one person try and bully me during my first job at working at Detroit Shrimp and Fish. The idiot did it while I was holding a grease filter, which sprays 450 degrees through a hose. Needless to say, he didn't pick on me again.
Nice.
So,
But
Drew, how do you deal with being bullied, Drew?
Well then,
Do you melt people?
Well, when I was in middle school, or actually growing up, I had a bit of a speech impediment. It comes out every now and then on here. And if you listen to Monday's post,
Oh, really?
you
Oh.
listen to that sentence.
Huh. I never
had
noticed.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You are doing better
Anyway.
at it, though. So, congrats, Drew.
Thank you. Shut the fuck up. Fade away. So let me
I'm
continue.
giving you a compliment. The fucking...
I don't.
Don't be
I
a
mean,
bully, Drew. Jesus
I don't.
Christ.
I have gotten in trouble for. Hang on. I got 2 stories. But no, it's more along the lines of I don't. I'd rather not talk about it than anything. But
Will you finish one of your sentences?
what the
Jesus.
fuck? Christ, what's that? You just went like 10 different directions.
But anyways, in middle school, I got called Dwu the Dwagon, and because my speech impediment was with R's, so like
You got all your
Westling,
sentences just
woman
done.
wains, not that. It was more of Dwu than anything. But in high school, it wasn't really bullied. It was just everyone just called me that, and that really annoyed me. And then
Yeah.
high school, it's not because I kind of. Actually, the thing is, I knew how to speak. I was just really lazy when it came to the speech class stuff. So in high school, they're like, "Hey, Drew, you still got to be in speech class," and I was like, "Hey, I don't know if I can do that anymore. That's embarrassing." So, yeah. So yeah, it was that. But I remember once I actually got in trouble for bullying, and it wasn't really my fault. It was just the people that I hung out with bullied one of the kids that I'm friends with now. They bullied him, and then I got put into the situation as well because he told on all of us, and I was like, "Oh, well, we go down as one." So we had 2 weeks of in school suspension and closed lunch, which is just you have to eat lunch in a room where you can't do anything. But that was like the funnest 2 weeks of my life because we were all in the same room together and we just fucked around the entire time. So that was fun. So yeah, bullying sucks, but you know what's worse? Cancer.
What about
Yeah.
if cancer's bullying you?
Ass cancer is specifically.
Cancer's a pretty big bully.
Yeah.
Cancer is. I mean, we do have a whole month dedicated to it from the Susan G. Komen Foundation.
That's specifically breast cancer. So that's just one kind of cancer has a whole month.
We need an ass cancer month here.
You know
in
what else has a
WWE.
whole month dedicated to it?
What? Black History Month.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
There's like every month is some kind of month.
Yeah, there's like I was trying to think of like one of the labor ones,
Yeah,
like,
so
like National Cheese Appreciation Month or something
Right.
like that. Like I know that's one of them. Like
Tree Restoration Month or something. They just name. There's probably like 14 different months for each month. Peyton, were you ever bullied? If so, how'd you deal with it? And actually, this is for Wego too. Did you ever bully anybody? And that goes for Peyton and Drew, whatever. Drew mentioned that, and I figured I'd throw that in there.
Yep, that's the only time.
Do you want me to go or Peyton?
Peyton, you go.
Okay. Well, I was not typically the target of being bullied all that much. During elementary school a bit, it was generally my weight, which really I wasn't even that big back then. Now that I look at pictures of myself from then, I'm like, damn, I was really not that much bigger than anybody else. I'm actually at my fattest now, which kind of sucks. I perhaps, Drew, you want some of this weight, right? Perhaps we could just transfer it over.
Yeah, sure, I could deal with it.
Yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, so I was picked on a bit for my weight for a while until one day the wrong motherfucker decided to try to mess with me. He came over here and he decided to grab one of my man tits, as he decided to try to call them, and rub on it. I was not having any of that. I mean, bad enough you're going to poke jokes, but you're going to get all up in my personal space and touch me? That was not cool. At the time, I had a broken arm. So I decided to take that cast that was on my arm and split the skull of the motherfucker who decided to put his hands on me. Nobody ever bullied me again.
Cowboy Bob Orton.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Owen Hart mode.
Exactly. Because I was watching too much wrestling at that time.
Yeah, probably.
Either way, that kid never fucked with me again. Neither did anybody else, really. Since then, I haven't really had to deal with any bullying at all. I've always been kind of more of a dominant person. I wouldn't say a bully, but I've had haters, I guess you could say. People were trying to like always talk shit about me, and my best way of dealing with that was to just be awesome and just rise above it. I hate to pull the John Cena shtick, but just rise above the hate. No one can bring you down when you're doing way too fucking awesome and you're surrounding yourself with awesomeness and you're accomplishing goals and fuck those people. They're not going to be able to do anything to you when you're at that level. As far as me doing the bullying, I don't think so. I've been accused a time or two. I mean, I don't think I ever do anything for the sake of bullying. I can be mean, but that's because I am a person. Fucking shut up! I'm talking, Drew. God fucking damn it! See, this is what I'm talking about. See, this is when I get mean, when I fucking have to, because I'm in a position of authority in almost every place I go to. Like I said, I just fucking do awesome over and over. # like a boss. So when I have to fucking take care of some insolent underling, just like Drew, that's what I have to do.
Yeah, you little shit.
All right, Drew, how do you deal with when Peyton bullies you?
I know. According to our fan mail, he takes it out on Miguel.
Yeah, he does.
It's not my fault. It just happens.
This is the thing, you totally do.
It's not my fault. I don't mean to annoy him. He just does. You want to know how I deal with bullies? I go, hey, Miguel, fuck off.
Do you take off your sheet mask and you go, I don't like bullies?
You pull a Ryback. You take that negativity and you eat it, and you spit out positivity.
But no, it's like this, Yeah, Peyton isn't a bully. Cough, JD. Cough, not Jeff. So anyways. So yeah, none of us are bullies. JD, not Jeff. And I bet none of us would ever get in trouble for being a bully at all, besides for me, because that once. Everyone, except here's the thing. Everyone has been a bully at one point in their life. Anyone who's just say haven't been bullied or they weren't a
everybody's
bully.
picked on somebody at some point.
Yeah, everyone's done something that if you go back and think about it, you probably shouldn't have done it because it wasn't the best thing in the world to do. So I think everyone falls into a category. There's a few situations where I will never pick on someone, and I'm not going to explain them because it's very in-depth, but it's whenever I do pick on anybody nowadays, it's more of like, cheek rubbing, a little bit of a hit to the sides, nothing too deep, just a little bit of a joke, if anything, at that.
Cheek rubbing? What are you, Jimmy Stewart?
I don't know, maybe.
Alrighty then.
Listen to the not the All Talk Show, the For Real Movie Club from December.
Kennedy, because he looks like Mr. Anderson. That fucking gets me every time.
Yeah, it would take too long to explain this joke. Wait, did you ever bully anybody?
You think?
Yes.
That's your fucking answer.
I think Waco could tell a story of who you bullied today.
Who'd you bully today, Waco?
Who did I bully today? I bullied Emily a little.
You did mention that you want people to kill their kids when they go to the mall earlier.
I did start the show with that. So there was that. Best bully story I got is actually how I became friends with my best friend Lee. So I actually bullied him in primary school back when we was really small, but then I bullied him again in high school because I'm just a swell guy. I just decided I had the pin badges, like it's literally just a spike in the back which you cover up with metal.
The what?
No? The old-fashioned badges that you used to wear, like just has one big pin. It is sticking out. You close it off. Yeah, I just was like, I got this Sonic the Hedgehog badge. It'd be pretty cool if I shoved it in your knee.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up.
And I did. And I found it very funny. And then next week we were best friends.
Yeah. And then he's like, ow, that hurt. Want to be my friend?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I'll generally go back and ask Lee, why was you friends with me? I treated you horribly. Like, you used to sleep over my house and I used to pull out gas-powered BB guns and shoot the shit out of you.
So is that why Emily asks why we're friends with you?
Yeah.
We have 3 more questions here. These are from Ethan. Number 1, what is your favorite WWE entrance music of all time? I don't think any of us could pick our favorites. So let's just mention some different ones that we like. Bret Hart's is awesome. We've all had fun singing Big Show's theme. Undertaker's is, of course, awesome. DX, Shawn Michaels. I like
Spinadores.
Yeah, that's such a great one to do. I love, even though I'm completely not the type of person that should be singing them, Ezekiel Jackson's Domination theme and Mark Henry's theme. If I'm driving in the car by myself, I'm rocking the fuck out to those songs, and I look like a jackass.
You're one of those assholes that listen to pro wrestling music, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've got like the most ridiculous shuffle. Like it'll go from that to Celine Dion, and then I don't know.
Like, it has to be a genuine song for me to listen to pro wrestling music. Like, I could listen to Tyson Kidd's music. It's a legit song. But
the other day when I was driving home, I knew that it was going to be like a 20 or 30 minute drive or whatever. And about 10 straight minutes of that, I just kept listening to Jake the Snake's theme.
That would get annoying.
Over and over. But I was just kind of like really into it. So I just kept doing that. Kurt Angle's is awesome. I love John Cena's theme. It's something else I mentioned in the post itself. The old WrestleMania theme is so good. It's 93 in time for WrestleMania. It's so fucking cheesy. You gotta love it. But there's just, we could go on and on and on. But what are some of your favorites, Drew?
I'm a big fan for Kurt Angle's theme in WWE, not TNA, because fuck TNA.
I don't like that fucking annoying entrance in TNA.
Well, I actually like his TNA song because it's mixed with Lunatic Fringe.
Anyways,
Fuck me, right? Okay.
I like Basic Thugonomics. I thought that was really good. It was interesting at the time they did it. Another one, Eddie Guerrero's theme was pretty good. It's one of my favorites.
Which one? The Viva La Raza one?
Yes.
Not the old WCW. Boom, boom, boom.
What about Latino Heat?
There's that one. Let me think of some other ones. Any of Triple H, like you guys said, any of Triple H's theme is good. Dashing Cody Rhodes is one of my favorite, and grotesque Cody Rhodes is definitely one of my favorites. Those two are really good.
Man, I bet if all of those entered the Royal Rumble, you'd have to count them as different entrants.
Honestly, David Otunga's theme is alright and pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good theme. Especially when you sing about dead family.
Someone's theme who a lot of people like, but I don't really like his Edges, so there's that.
Oh, I love every Edge theme. Rob Zombie one was fucking sweet, and Ultra Bridge is definitely awesome.
Yeah, so there's a couple of them. I know there's more, but fuck Rey Mysterio's theme.
I don't like Rey's.
Booyaka, booyaka.
Especially his first one they had was terrible.
I don't like any of Rey's themes.
Who's that jumping out the sky? It's a guy's gonna fall and break his leg.
Rey's Who's That Jumping Out the Sky one is really good to like make jokes out of, but it's not something I can listen to. Yeah.
So did he break his leg and die?
If he broke his neck, then he would die. But what about you, Lego? Some of your favorite entrance themes?
I put the first 5 that came to mind. Evolution. It's like the best fucking theme ever. It fit them perfectly when they just waltzed down to the ring in their fucking suits, wanting to do that slow pose. It was fucking awesome. Everything just worked. My Time is another Triple H theme, but I always liked it, and Triple H was my favorite wrestler when Shawn Michaels was away, so I very much got a big kick out of any theme music he had. Stone Cold's Disturbed mashup, that was awesome. And
is that the one that has the lyrics to it?
Yeah.
Pumpkin Party.
No, not Pumpkin Party. That was a fucking awful theme. If you guys don't know what Pumpkin Party is, just listen to his shitty Alliance themes. The last one on my list is CM Punk Cult of Personality. I fucking love that theme.
I thought of one that I didn't say earlier. I actually thought of two. One of them is the original Jericho theme. And the other one, when I got back to wrestling in 2011, the first person who opened the show was Dana Bryan and the Flight of Valkyries. I don't know why, but I was just I didn't know who Dana Bryan was at the time. I didn't know the internet thing. So it was just oh sweet. Dun, 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 dun. I think it's catchy as fuck. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, yep, I like this guy already.
He's I like the actual Ride of the Valkyries better than the one that he uses.
The original one that he used before he did the rock version of it?
Mm-hmm. You're still gonna
I-
mention the Final Countdown?
Yes, he
Yeah.
needs to use Final Countdown again. I don't
Final
give a
Countdown's an awesome song.
They should have done it for WrestleMania.
That would have been cool.
I don't know. I think I get away with having another wrestler do it though. It doesn't need to be him necessarily.
Yes, it does, because he's the one that fucking used it in the Indies.
That doesn't mean. I mean,
That was the
everyone.
whole point. That's the whole point. CM
Are
Punk
you
used
so-
all the
are you-
personality.
Are you saying other people didn't use themes at one point in your life? I highly doubt he's the only person that used that theme.
Sure.
He's the one that's fucking known for it, you div.
It doesn't matter. Other people have
It
used
does.
it, so that means other people can use it. Other people use it, so that means
Well,
he's
other
not the
people-
only one.
Other people record podcasts. Let's get someone else other than Drew.
Hey, Europe is still a band, so they could perform it live one year.
That'd be cool. Do that for WrestleMania one time. Not this year though, because you can't be doing the main event for that. Peyton, what are some of your favorites?
Well, I went to my wrestling themes playlist I have in my iTunes, and I put it in order of most played. And I'm actually surprised at some of the numbers I'm seeing here on what wrestling themes I've listened to the most lately. Guess what's at the top of the list? Just-
Tongas.
Yes.
Vader's theme.
No. It's Meat on the Table, Ryback's theme. And I think that would be the one I listen to the most. Not too far below that, we have This Fire Burns, CM Punk's original theme. Or maybe not
That
his
was-
original, but his original good one.
That was a good theme.
It was an awesome theme. It really pumps me up. Like, it's got a lot of good dynamics to it. Like, I like Cult of Personality, but that's a song I've known for years and years and years and years. Like, This Fire Burns, I'll associate that with CM Punk. Cult of Personality is another level.
Why did Randy Orton get rid of that theme? I mean,
I don't think it fit him. I don't think it was his choice. I think he wanted that theme, but they didn't see it fitting for him, and they were right to do so, because it doesn't fit Randy Orton. Anyway. Next I have Stars in the Night, Paige's theme. I love that.
It's a good song.
John Cena's theme, The Time Is Now. Somebody's Gonna Get It, Mark Henry's theme.
It's such a good one to sing.
Worlds Apart, which is Sami Zayn's ska theme. I love that shit.
that's actually my ringtone.
It's a fantastic song. Batista's I Walk Alone, really good track. Chris Benoit's Whatever theme. I love Our Lady Peace. Our Lady Peace is a fantastic band, and that theme is absolutely amazing. And it's a shame. I mean, there's a lot of other tragedies that are associated with this whole thing that Chris Benoit did, but I think one of the biggest is that song is completely erased from any kind of relevancy.
Yeah, I read an interview from those guys, and they said it's such an awesome song, but we had to retire it because of the stigma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they'll never play that song live again. It's never going to be pushed as one of their best tracks. WWE will never use it for anything again. Like, it's just gone, which sucks.
I think there's a certain stigmata to it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame though you can't do what like they did with Somebody Call My Mama, but they brought that back and they ended up giving that a lot of life.
Yeah,
that's a
but
catchy ass song.
yeah,
But you can't
it's
do
like
that.
that.
Yeah,
With
but
the
if
Virgil
someone comes
anymore.
out to Benoit's, it'll be like, hey,
Exactly.
they're using that murderous theme.
Yeah.
Ernest the Cat Miller didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, that's what sucks
and
about
wasn't
it.
a world champion.
Because even Domination is, elements of an old theme. And they've done that with...
Kurt Angle's theme was the Patriots.
Yeah, like they've done that before, and it's like, damn, Whatever is such a good song. It sucks that they can't use that for somebody
In
else.
fact, Kurt Angle's theme was used by Sergeant Slaughter, too.
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, when he wrestled Triple H.
Bray Wyatt's current theme I fucking love so much. That's by far the best
yeah.
part of his fucking character is that theme song.
Especially the lyrics with all just flies. I forget who did that on YouTube, but the guy that did that, Raven something or whatever, that video is hilarious.
Brock Lesnar's theme so fucking pumps me up whenever it comes on. Just that the moment you hear that, just fucking, I get so angry.
Was that like a dying
So
cat
crazy.
dying?
Yeah, that sounded like a dying animal.
Well, you try to fucking do that sound. Yeah, my wife better.
Okay,
Always
hang on.
better than that.
I've got it.
I don't know how many people have heard this one, but it's called Hard Pill to Swallow. It's like a secondary theme that was made for Kofi Kingston. They used it when he was doing his promo vignettes at the very beginning.
Hard pill to swallow.
I love that
right?
way better than his actual theme. Dusty Rhodes, Common Man Boogie. All the old songs, that's definitely up there for me. And I'm not going to go any further. That's pretty much rounds out the top. Oh, Patriot for Jack Swagger. Fucking love that shit.
You're forgetting the most important one of them all.
Hmm?
Fandangos.
Oh, Fandango's is fucking amazing.
No,
Man
the old
Called
one,
Sting.
not the new one.
Man Called Sting. That's good.
Man Called Sting's an amazing theme. Oh, and we have to at least mention Real American. I mean, I don't care what you want to say about
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan. That theme kicks so much fucking ass.
There really are like just so many good entrance themes. I mean,
Yo, it's an absolute crime that Jim Johnston is not already in the Hall of Fame, and that they don't give him more exposure in general. I mean, the guy has won Grammys for his work, right? I'm not wrong about that. I'm pretty sure he's
I'm
I'm not too sure about that, but Jim Johnston is fucking amazing, and I've said for ages that he needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
He needs
more so than a lot of the talent in there.
I mean, when you compare his music compared to like some of the other music writers they've had, like the biggest other one is probably Jimmy Hart, and now they have CFO Money. Just the quality of his stuff compared to other people's is just so beyond.
I think Jimmy Hart's only good one was Shawn Michaels.
Well, didn't he write Real American?
Oh, he did? Okay, I'll give him that.
Might
then.
be. Yeah, he had some good things back in the day, but there's no comparison. Johnston's the best, and yeah. But I also like a lot of production themes that they use, which they don't create, so I can't give them any kind of credit for that. But even just like something as simple as the humming kind of heartbeat drone that happens when they lower the cage, like I love that. Just that dum 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 shit like that is so great. Music at WWE is awesome.
And the way that JR sold it with the commentary when it used to come down to that ominous music was so fucking like like you got this weird moment where you just kind of started leaning into the television.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah, like I don't care who you are. If you're a pro wrestling fan and you sat there during that time, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what the best use of that actually was?
Backstage when people come out.
Well, they only did that once. Only once did they use that theme song when people were walking backstage to come to the ring. You know what that was?
Montreal Screwjob, wasn't it?
Montreal Screwjob, Survivor Series 1997.
If you listen, and if you actually analyze the clip, you can actually hear Vince under the music going, "I'm gonna screw him, I'm gonna screw him."
Somebody needs to like add that in there, like the Brett screwed Brett thing. They just need to like very, very lowly, add that into the mix.
Maybe bury it under someone going Papa Shango, Papa Shango.
Yeah, maybe. We still do have 2 more questions to get to. What animal do you fear the most? Anything that can kill me. Fuck you. Even if that's, a huge thing like a bear or something small like a tick. I don't want Lyme disease. So.
I read that question totally wrong.
What?
What was favorite animal? I'm stoned as fuck.
There is one about favorite animal, but there's what animal do you fear the most is another one.
I totally missed that one. Fuck. Come back to me last.
Drew, what animal do you fear the most?
Johnny, what animal do I fear the most?
Spiders.
Just the way they look?
Yeah.
What about you, Peyton?
Women.
Get it?
If we're gonna go with another animal, pterodactyls.
Oh my god. What about
I hate
raptors?
pterodactyls.
Why pterodactyls?
Yo, it's a fucking flying dinosaur. What more do I need to fucking say? Like, everyone's like worried about like dinosaurs coming back, but it's always on like an island. So like, fuck, they're on an island. But not pterodactyls. They can get off that damn island. They can get anywhere. They can attack out of the air. When I used to work at the airport, I tried to tell them every day, we do not have a contingency in place if we get a pterodactyl strike. And if it happens and we're caught off guard, we were all screwed.
Guns.
We didn't have guns. We were UPS.
Just throw the packages.
Maybe there's a gun in one of those packages.
Wouldn't that
See,
be
I just
awesome
combined
if-
2 jokes.
Wouldn't that be awesome if pterodactyls came back and the first one that ever we defeat is because a UPS guy just threw a package in its eye and it crashed?
Well, specifically, it's
We
a
find their
Big E-
weakness.
Specifically, it's Big E's package with Big Show's gun in it.
They attack FedEx. They throw packages at them. It doesn't do anything. They're like, oh, fuck, it's only UPS packages that work.
Close.
What do you fear, Lego?
I'm stalling, I'm scrolling, looking for an answer. Centipedes I don't like. They're creepy as fuck.
Ooh, there's this song called Centipede by Knife Party. I will link you to it now.
I just won't click it.
It's a really good song now.
Oh, okay. Well, I will definitely listen to that in the middle of when we're doing a show. Thank you, Drew.
Yeah, you
Of
fucking
course.
little twerp.
Of course. What else?
You fear centipedes the most?
Like, if I think of something that like makes me really uncomfortable, centipedes come to mind.
So on the opposite side of things, what's your favorite animal or animal played by a person in wrestling ever? Wago, I'll go with you first.
My favorite animal in general is fox, but if I had to go with favorite animal ever in WWE, it's not so much played by anyone. It was Triple H's dog. I laughed when it got run over by Jericho.
Hashtag bully Wago. Hayden, favorite animal or animal played by a person in wrestling?
Well, I think the obvious answer for my favorite animal in wrestling is the puppies.
I was gonna make the joke too.
Well, I beat you to it.
I think Tony just internally screamed.
Fuck, I didn't think of that.
God damn it! It was.
I guess if it wasn't the puppies, it must be the Playboy bunnies, right? That counts, right?
Was it the Brahma Bull?
Matilda was kind of cool.
Who was Matilda?
Matilda was the British Bulldog. British Bulldog.
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember that? We were talking about it on the Keeping Kayfabe we did, because there was this whole story about the Islanders and Bobby Heenan kidnapping Matilda, and like it pissed off the British Bulldogs. And like,
couldn't figure out who was the baby faces and who was the heels in that feud.
Yeah. Well. Oh yeah, and if we're going to talk about dogs and wrestling, we cannot forget all those awesome dogs that were in the Dog Kennel from Hell match.
They did shit in WWE. I've always wanted to shit in WWE.
Drew?
My favorite animal is the panda. My
It
favorite.
was the snake.
Fuck off. Anyways, my favorite animal in WWE, if we're gonna go with an actual animal, it's gonna be Fifi the dog. Fifi. And then we're gonna go with the goat face, Dean Bryan.
So I'm gonna go if we're talking regular animals, dogs are awesome. Penguins are cool. Platypus is an awesome kind of an animal.
Because
It's
they have
hilarious.
poisonous elbows. It's fucking awesome.
Ducks are adorable,
They are.
but dogs are the best.
Yeah, dogs are easily like the best animal out there. WWE animals, Jake the Snake Damien is also something that's awesome. I always thought that the Swagger Soaring Eagle was kind of funny. So.
Honestly, when I'm looking at the page, when you said the best is possibly Damien, I thought you were referring to Damien Sandow. And I was like, when the fuck did Damien Sandow play an animal?
That's his next gimmick. Is going to be just imitating animals.
No,
Did
he's
he
gonna
not
be.
play?
Jake the
Did he not
Snake's
play an animal
snake.
when he was doing the dress-up gimmick?
No,
I don't
I
remember.
don't think so. No, his new gimmick is gonna be Jake the Snake's Snake Damien.
Don't give the WWE an idea. They'll end up doing it.
Dude, that'll get fucking over. I guarantee it.
So that is it for the mailbag questions. We got 2 Superstar Scores editions coming up. Lots more coming in this episode. Thank you for sending those in, Declan and Ethan. Next month, we are going to do another one of these. We do this every month. So prepare some questions, pick our brains about anything that you guys want to know about, and, send them in whenever you want, because I'll just backlog them, and, we'll get around to them when we can. But we're going to continue along here in part 5 with Superstar Scores, Steve Blackman.